So yeah, what are we playing? It's SMZ3. So the compromiser of Super Metroid and A Link to the Past. The goal is to beat both the bosses, so Mother Brain and Ganon. In order to do that, we have to beat 7 crystals and get 4 Metroid tokens on the way. In order to help me track all these things, Fishing Boo is also on the team. So thank you already for that. Couldn't have these matches without a tracker, and we're off. Starting on the ship. Usually the first move is for both players to enter A Link to the Past. There's a few portals we can take from either game to the other. And I fully expect both of them to go to Hyrule. Starting off here. Yeah. So here we go. Both going to A Link to the Past. Looking on Lake Hylia. Let's see if we get a map check. Not so far. And yeah, both also straight up going for Sasha. It's 3 pretty quick checks, and we get a... I think it was a blue, a red, and a token? Yeah. The tokens are kind of tough to see. So maybe also getting the green panel info. Very much in sync so far. Again, like both of these guys, very skilled in A Link to the Past, and they've been in the scene for quite a while. So I expect them to, you know, be on even footing in that game. We'll see the difference maybe in the decision making and how they're playing in the SM side. This is interesting. Okay, so both starting on... After Sasha starting with the castle. Okay, going to the uncle. That's really interesting. Let's see, they're not... Alright, they get a tree pull here. Okay, it's bombs. So that could incentivize either of them to maybe complete the castle. Alright, Uncle not with much goods, just an E-tank and some arrows. Alright, Gamma's saving quitting. Let's see, Ramond. Okay, just grabbing some magic and also saving quitting. Alright, and getting the key now in the saying is... That actually puts the boomerang chest in Zelda Cell in logic. So maybe they're regretting not going further into the castle, but we'll see. So very much even for now. And that's another tank, a reserve tank. Yeah, so just on a small side note, compared to last year's tournament, we're having a little bit of a different setting this time around. This is just a normal difficulty, 774, and no fast Ganon. Last year we had a hard difficulty, which basically only affects SM, the SM part, and a fast Ganon. And also this time around we have starting boots, as we can see. So I would say, compared to last year, this is a bit more favorable for A Link to the Past main players. As the hard mode can be really tough if you're not too familiar with the SM randomizer. And yeah, there's the flute. Again, like, total parity so far. Gammachuu pulling ahead just ever so slightly here, but it's not a notable difference. So the flute gives us actually also access to 1 extra check in Super Metroid now, which is the High Jump Boots E-Tank item. Even without Morph Ball we can get there. I don't know if we have any missiles yet though. I haven't seen any ammo, but there's probably gonna be ammo here in Kek. We got one missile tank, okay. So we could already go there if we wanted to, but yeah. I think clearing CAC is a bit more of a priority for now. So yeah, the flute is actually more of an optional item. Since we can, even if Maya is a crystal, we don't actually need the flute to get to the Maya area. There's a portal in Lower Norfair, which leads us there. But it is definitely a nice to have item, and getting it so early, you're gonna be happy about it. Alright, there's a super pack, spring ball, okay. I was kinda hoping for some spicy movement item for SM, so spring ball is definitely one of the spicier ones. Ooh, and a Sumario for sale. But yeah, both players having plenty of money to buy that. And yeah, we also got the flute scoop, as it's called. Let's see, so Ramond is activating the flute now. I mean, Gamma is playing the flute all the time, but he hasn't activated it yet. He still keeps on playing it though. Maybe to remind himself? Yeah, okay. Alright. So one duck leaves the screen, another one gets called. I think Ramon may catch up here a bit. Is it faster? I don't know. I mean, there's some great dash lines there from the activation point. I guess it's not too bad doing it this way around. Alright, and we're almost done here with CAC. Just one more check, and then I guess since Gamma has already switched to the flute, we're gonna sorry, to the to the shovel. Yeah, we're gonna see the flute spot. And then maybe there's gonna be some divergence. We'll see. Yeah, I'm on doing the same. Let's see. Where are we floating to now? Right, so this looks like a South Shore play. I'm also looking for some extra bombs there. There's two bushes there beneath the flute spot, which have a 50% chance. 50% chance to give you a bomb. Ooh, there's a bow. That's actually a nice info. Bow on Desert Ledge. That is a nice catch, because the Desert Ledge... yeah, I mean, it's nice to know about it. Let's just put it like that. So if we do find a book, we can get that already. Or maybe later getting it via Mire access plus a mirror. Let's see when Gamma chooses to flute there, or if at all. So yeah, the first big objective you usually want to achieve is finding either a Morph Ball or... no, I guess a Dark World access. Which is also multiple items which can lead to a Dark World access. Multiple combinations. Alright, South Shore not really giving much. I mean, we got an X-Ray, and I think that was about it. And yeah, X-Ray doesn't do too much. Can be a nice to have item though. Especially with Plasma and Charge. Alright, let's see. It looks like Gamma is setting up a water walk here. So Ramond starting off with the Ice Rod Cave. It's already telling that, you know, he's not gonna do a water walk. Yeah, by just sliding on the edge there in the Ice Rod Cave, we can set up this water walk, so we can just walk on water. Without the Moon Pearl though, this is like a one-time use. So you kind of have to start with the cave here. Oh, there's an ice rod in the Waterfall Fairy Cave. It's a decent weapon to have early. It's not the greatest, but yeah. I'd say a bit better than the Somaria. I'm having a bit of trouble here in the mini Moldom Cave, but yeah, okay. Gets actually 2 full magics, which is hilarious. This is not how this should work. Alright, did Gamma look at the Zora ledge? I have missed that. But he takes the water walk all the way to the hobo, and that's a good bit of extra checks here, which are all obviously out of logic. Alright, interesting. So Gamma getting... remembering the tree pull. Okay, did not look at the Zara ledge. Ramond staying a bit more in logic here, although of course the front of the castle is in logic too. Yeah, funnily enough, obviously we get an early Ice Rod when TR is a pendant. Ooh, that's a spicy glove location. Inside Spec Rock. And on Spec Rock is actually a bottle. Right. Boomerang moved one location in the front of castle. Although it's the red one. And yeah, that glove. That's kind of nice. I'm not doing the bomb jump back here. I'm not really sure. I guess he hasn't saved the old man yet. Meanwhile, Gamma having to do a bomb escape. He's a bit low on magic. Oh god. That's alright. Well, if it works, it works. So there was 2 items in the front of castle. We're still missing a map. Ooh, and there's Mothball in back of his cave. Okay, that's huge. That's pretty huge for Ramond, since I'm not sure Gamma is gonna go all the way through. Oh, and Ramond is actually trying to go for... Oh no, that's really bad news. Okay, so we know that the map is gonna be in Dark Cross, and Ramond is, yeah, making a big effort of getting that map right now. But it looks good so far. He actually got the key pretty easily. So that was well done. Let's see if you can get the chest easily too. Yeah, it's really nice having 2 black screens here. Alright, that was sick. That was actually well done. Without a sword, this is kind of tough sometimes. So nicely done by Ramond there. Gammachuu meanwhile saving the old man, also something you almost always want to do, obviously. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate that Ramond didn't do the checks the other way around. Could have definitely skipped that Dark Cross. But yeah, Gamma is also heading for that glove right now. I mean, to be fair, there's not much else to be done at this point. Yeah, on a side note, that glove also brings Zora in logic, but yeah. I also expect Gamma to go for back of escape next. And the way he routed it, he's gonna have full knowledge about the contents of the Dark Cross chest. Is not gonna get it, I'm pretty sure. Am I also doing the... I don't know. I mean, doing the bomb jump just to flute away, it seems kind of weird. But okay. Alright, Gamma also getting the bow knowledge. Oh yeah, by the way, bow... Unlike in Link to the Past Randomizer, the bow and the silver arrows are two separate items. So there's only... This is only a one-off. Not a progressive item. Alright, and I think we've reached pretty much almost parity. So Gamma has the Out of Logic Ice Rod, as well as the Hobo checked done already, which Ramond doesn't know about, but other than that, I think we're pretty much even. Ramond is actually heading towards Eastern. That's... I'm curious about that. He definitely knows about the bow. And he also knows that Eastern is a crystal. That kind of surprises me. I don't know about the... What is our power bomb count, actually? Let me see. Can I... I can't see it I'm on stream. Did we even find a power bomb yet? I don't remember any bombs. No explosives yet. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. We can see it now. Not a okay, that makes total sense then. I kind of get it. That's really interesting. That's not often you see getting a morph ball and doing all the light world checks that are available and not receiving any power bomb or morph bombs. And there's the power bombs! Man, Ramond is a genius. Power bombs in Eastern, that's actually... That's a big advantage. Depending on if there's any power bombs in SM, Gamma might have to backtrack that and, you know, do all these... Oh no. Can we escape from Alcatraz? Oh, that was... that didn't look like the normal setup, but it worked. I'm not gonna blame the man. If it works, it works. Oh, there's a guaranteed sphere one. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Let me just write that in my notebook. Get the Sphere 1 power bomb pack. Yeah, there was not much left in A Link to the Past again. The glove also brought Zora and Logic, but other than the... I mean, I guess there was 2 more chests potentially in Eastern, but that was about it, yeah. Ooh, screw attack. Now it gets real spicy. Screw attack on the morph pedestal. Oh god. So, yeah, that's kind of a substitute for bombs, but not really. That... Oh my god, there's more power. Okay, Gamma could actually get those easily. Or could have gotten them easily. Oh, this is gonna get spicy now. Yeah, and Gamma... Yeah, he has to skip Billy Mace now. Like, those 2 checks, I think they're dead for him. I don't think he's gonna come back for them. There's also another check here that's power bomb locked that Gamma has to skip. So yeah, that's basically 3 checks kind of orphaned. I'm not sure he's gonna come back. He can get old Mother Brain with the screw attack. Oh, and we found a sword at high jump boots. Oh my god, just a moon pearl? Oh, this is... Gamma's probably gonna feel good about that. He's like, yeah, this makes sense. The first powerbomb pack is probably in Thieves Town or something at this point. Oh man. Yeah, not... Imagine knowing about this Sphere 1 powerbomb pack. And there's mids. Dude. Both finding some real progression here. So mids at crate, which are also powerbomb locked, by the way. But yeah, Gamma can't get there yet. Heading back to Link to the Past. Okay. Let's see. I think we're gonna go to Upper North here on Gamma's side now, right? Wait, he's gonna... Does everybody know about the Sphere 1 pack but me? Okay, Gamma is also heading straight for Eastern now. Definitely gotta ask him that later. Feels like he knows about the Sphere 1 pack, and I'm taking crate to prom here. Oh no. Okay, so there was only one item gotten. I missed the cannonball chest earlier. So just a map in the cannonball chest. Let's see. I don't think Gamma's gonna continue though. Especially, he also knows about the bow, so... I'd imagine he's not gonna continue in Eastern. Yeah, and there it is. Okay. I think I would have gotten the one guaranteed check in Upper Norfair first, but yeah. I can also see going to Eastern, which potentially has just 3 items. There's a Cane of Burner. I mean, this crew tech is still nice to have. Yeah, this puts Ramond in the lead now. In the crystal lead, that is. Got the first crystal done. Meanwhile, Gamma checking Gauntlet here. Which... I don't think it's in logic yet, no. I would guess we need another movement item for that. You gotta be a bit careful about stepping your toes into the acid here. They drain you quite fast. Yeah, Ramond, getting another sword. Jesus. That's a 2-sword advantage already. Kinda curious. And there's a lamp in the back of Gauntlet. Again, that should not be in logic yet, but... basically like one movement item away from being in logic. Huh. Did Ramond forget about the flute? Why are we walking to Keck? Okay. Never mind. I was really confused right now what Ramond is planning. But yeah, still a nice find. Getting the Master Sword in King's Tomb. That's not a bad grab. Ooh. That's also a very interesting route Ramond is taking. I was actually expecting him to go to the left there. So the wall jump to gauntlet shouldn't be in logic in normal. I think you need one more extra movement item. Obviously the mock ball that Gamma just did to skip the speed booster requirement is also not in logic here. So we're seeing some real divergence here. Alright, getting plenty of tanks on both players. Yeah, you don't see this routing very often. Going to the top of Red Tower. Before checking Brinstar or Criteria. Look at that, vanilla power bombs. Alright, even more tanks. So, we could consider doing a Hell Run in Upper Norfair with this amount of tanks, but it's not great mobility. One thing that Ramond definitely has over Gamma right now is the amount of power bombs. Since we see Gamma going back with just one pack. Doing Big Pink is kinda tight. I think you're relying on drops usually, but let's see, does this crew attack solve the problem? I'm not sure about that. I don't think it helps much in Big Pink. So I think Gamma might have to skip additional checks here, if I'm not mistaken. There's an awful item, the Spacer Beam. Alright. And Ramond now doing the usual loop, starting with the bombs. Well, Spacer isn't awful per se, but you know, you'd rather have the plasma beam, let's be honest. It's like getting the gold sword when you already have tempered. Yeah, it's fine, but you don't really need it. And when you do find plasma, it just gets replaced, since you cannot have both plasma and Spacer active at the same time. So at some point it just becomes redundant. And okay, let's... There's a hammer. Yeah. At the wave gate item in Big Pink. So Gamma can count as lucky stars that he didn't need to skip that one, but I don't think he needed to skip anything yet, right? So he can get all the items. Oh, and that's a good power bomb pack. Only the second one for Gamma at this point. But let's see. He is actually going okay. So kind of worried about his skips from earlier. Maybe also expected that Ramond might have done a similar routing, I suppose. And with the screw attack, yeah. You can easily go to Billy Mays now. . Otherwise, 2 power bombs would not have been enough. Needs to use the screw tech here to build a block at least once, right? Ramond, meanwhile, also grabbing his lamp. Alright, and there's grapple at Billy Mays. And yeah, that's true. This is also dark mode access for Gamma now. I'd expect him to continue in SM though for a while. And yeah, the mids are not in a really off location. You really... Huh? Gamma? I don't think you want to continue that way, yeah. One powerbomb, not enough to go to the meme route now. At this point, Ramond is gonna have both the mids, a Master Sword, a lamp, and a hammer before getting his Moon Pearl, as it looks. So he's gonna have all 3 ways of entering the Dark World, basically. Before receiving the Moon Pearl. Alright, Gamma has to head back up now. Also cannot check the climb supers here. So Ramond having a bit more of a comfy time getting all the power bombs before doing the checks here that Gamma did. Heading back to Link to the Past now. Alright, and Gamma is entering the Dark World now. Without the mids. Again, not what I was expecting. And also without a sword, for that matter. And we see a map check. Okay, so we got another pendant admire. Which leaves us with one pendant Metroid boss. And there was tokens at Swamp and Ice. Yeah, Hype Cave, not really that hype. So also keep in mind that the hammer is logically wave beam locked. I'd fully expect Ramond to get that as well though. Yeah, I'm guessing Gamma is gonna save and quit after the digging game here. Not much else to be done. So I think Gamma in Overwatch looks a bit ahead maybe, but I think Ramond has a bit of a smoother route. Having a bit of trouble with the wave gate here. You really want to get that check, Ramond. Alright, got it. That's really important. That took a lot of super missiles, but it was worth it. Definitely worth the effort. Alright, that's the hammer. Ramond playing on keyboard, by the way. So maybe part of the reason why he does things a little differently. And apparently also not a moonwalk enjoyer. Which makes skipping the wave gate, in my opinion, a lot easier. Alright. And Gamma heading to the wrecked ship now. We got plenty of tanks. But the hook shot is also pretty easy access. You can even hook across the pits here. Mobility isn't too great. You also don't have the speed booster, where one item here is hard speed booster locked. I believe the boss will not be a big problem though. I love Yoshi sticking out the tongue there. The grapple animation is great. Ramond got quite low there. I didn't see what happened. Was maybe some snuggling with the side hoppers. Should be fine here, but you know, there's also spikes leading up to Billy Mays. Let's deal. Alright. Plenty of damage. Okay, there's the grapple for Ramond. So yeah, only natural for him to go back up now, and maybe also just head straight for the wrecked ship. Could also consider after receiving the Moon Pro to just go back to Link to the Past, which would also make total sense. Alright, and now let's watch Gamma's Phantoon fight. Alright, not a fast. I'm getting great RNG here in the first round. Alright, I think that's 3 missiles. Not a bad Doppler. I think Gamma would be happy getting a clean 3 round here. Looking good so far. I think that was nicely done. 4 missiles. And a decent Doppler. That could be a 3 round. Nicely done. That was a good Phantoon. Again, both of these players are definitely not Super Metroid mains. They both, to my knowledge, have not run the speedrun in any category in Super Metroid. So keeping that in mind, I think you're always happy with getting a 3 round Phantoon. And there was also a red crystal on Phantoon, speaking of. So what is it? Is a... So that was not Dragon that Gamma just did, but Phantoon. So either Dragon or Ridley are gonna be a pendant then. If I haven't miscounted here. Which is spicy. Ooh, there's a hook shot. Hookshot we definitely need. So let's see here. Man, we can enter GT potentially pretty quickly here. Alright. Let's see. Ramond has a bit more opportunities to route the Dark World now. With those mids. Could go all the way to Village of Outcast. Again, I think both players will not go to pod yet, knowing about that bow. What you'd really want to have happen now is, of course, getting... Okay, Ramond also getting the info about the second red crystal from the bomb shop guy. Ooh, and charge beam here at Walker Robots. Yeah, Ramond having the Master Sword and the hammer is probably just gonna go ahead and do Thieves Town now, I suppose. Because why not? Makes sense. Just curious to see how much more of the Dark World he's gonna do. And yeah, this is the awkward part now for Gamma. He found some goodies, and it was a red crystal even, so that felt good, but these last few checks are kinda awful, and yeah, has to do the visual check now on... It's a vanilla E-tank. Oh no, it's a reserve tank, right? But anyway, we're not gonna go back there with Speed Booster. That's the one item you definitely cannot get. Ooh, silver arrows, okay. So if those were non-progressive bows, I think you would be much happier. Okay, I was gonna say, we're skipping bowling now. Wait, we are, yeah. It's an upgraded reserve. So wait, Ramond is actually grabbing the smith here. That I find curious. I mean, it's not too bad. We have mids and the flute, right? So the mobility is there. Oh, and there's the book! That's actually a huge find for Ramond. And yeah, he's gonna say, alright, screw you guys, I'm going to desert. After dropping off the smith. So yeah, one player finding the silver arrows, but I think the book in this case is a bit better. And I think Ramond is also a bit more comfy playing A Link to the Past, so this surely feels great for him. He can full clear 2 crystal dungeons now, in logic even. And yeah, potentially... Why not just do Desert 2, right? Yeah. Hold on, that's even 3. Yeah, we can do... like, Ramond can do pretty much anything. We can also... start thinking about go mode soon. Wait, we still don't have any suits though. This is awkward. Alright, now it becomes the question, which of the suits can we skip? Right? So either Ridley or Dragon is gonna be a pendant. I don't know if we got a map check. Oh no, Gamma has to do the green gate glitch here. He has plenty of tries. This can be a bit finicky. Super missiles actually make it a little easier because I think the hitbox is a bit bigger of the explosion. But yeah, if you shoot the missile with the angle up at the perfect spot while jumping up there and moving a bit forward, you can clip through this gate and activate the switch from the other side. I haven't actually seen him check the pipe, but yeah, what else is there left? That's actually a good question. Like, why are we going this way? And, well, I guess we're not going this way after all. That's actually a fair question. With the grapple beam, X-ray is also in logic. And yeah, let's just do that. I think it might really be the Green Hill Zone item that Gamma didn't check. I think he straight went to a Retro Brin. Alright, it might also be because of the missile speed that supers are easier to clip with, yeah. Alright, so Gamma did skip the pipe. I mean, there was nothing there. We know about that. And meanwhile, we see Ramond doing an NMG Landmo fight. Clear Mouse would be happy about that one. And he even uses the correct bow since he doesn't have the silvers yet. Ouch. And yeah, it was... It's definitely something most random players try to avoid, the bow landmo. And you can definitely skip... you can definitely see if people are experienced with the speedrun when it comes to that. Alright. Don't think we've seen that one also yet, right? Alright. Single arrow at Spacer. That's fitting. Alright. So I'm curious to see if Ramond chooses to go to Prod Eastern right now, or maybe just says, alright, let's start off with the wreck chip. Okay, no saving quits, so probably gonna be the bow lock dungeons, I suppose. And Gamma, meanwhile, heading to Crate. And we still don't know about that third pendant. That could really be the kicker here. I think this is actually a great seed for the two of them. Again, both of them definitely more skilled, and I think that's not it's not an insult. They're both way more skilled in A Link to the Past than than Super Metroid. It's gonna be interesting. Which of the SM bosses can they skip, and maybe which area can they skip? Since both LN and Meridia, they take a long time to clear. It's gonna be interesting. Okay, let's see if Gamma can do the quick kill here. Has also the charge beam, so you can go for the easy setup, quote unquote, but doesn't opt to. Oh god, okay. Yeah, that was not a setup at all. So both players taking Crate to the prom here. So if you shoot with the charge beam at Crate, his claw stays down, which makes it a lot easier to freeze him in the right frame. Sorry, I don't wanna sound rude or anything. I know both of them, so this is all friendly banter. Don't get me wrong. They're both great players, much better than I am. So I mean this all in the nicest way possible. Gammachuu does have charge, was at Wreck Chip at Worker Robots. Which could come in handy, but yeah, as long as we don't find any other meaningful beam upgrade, it's not the most important thing. Alright, so let's watch Ramond a bit here and see if the Bowlock dungeons and his... Yeah, it's gonna be... I don't know when Gamma's gonna go there and check the hammer packs. That's not a great location to check. But looking at his options, I mean, Thieves Town does look like a good option here. Especially finding that. That's his first sword. Haven't seen much in parts so far. And again, with this amount of tanks and also enough ammo, you could consider doing some hell runs here. But it's not great. I don't know if we've seen the map check from Gamma. I don't... Did we? Oh, we did! Okay, so Ridley is the last crystal. Thanks for marking that. Yeah, that's a huge info, actually. Alright, so I think both players are definitely now looking for the Varia suit. Oh god. Someone's setting up a death warp here. Fortunately no refill or a mirror there in the big chest. I guess mirror you should still take. Alright, ooh, there's a speed booster. And yeah. The hookshot from Wreck Chip, also opening up the mountain, of course. That's a ton of checks. Gamma can pretty much do everything but Turtle Rock here. Well, and I guess the floating island is also inaccessible without the mirror. Oh, and he also doesn't have the book yet. Yeah, okay. Well, when was there ever anything on Ether tablet? So did we find anything in pod yet? I haven't seen anything pop up. Let me see what this... So we know Ramond should probably be heading for the Wreck Chip soon. The hookshot does seem like the next big progression item. The funny part is, So, as I mentioned before, there's one speed booster locked item in the wreck chip, but the hook shot, which, as things look now, did lock the speed booster, so this might have been a hard required double dip. But as we know, the speed booster didn't lock anything, and yeah. 2 exploding bosses there at the same time. 1 token and 1 crystal dropping. Alright. And yeah, Gamma doing the usual route. When you want to do all of the mountain checks without the mirror. Going up Paradox, doing Hera, and then going back down to Spiral Cave. And entering the Dark World on the bottom. Okay, so I'm now heading for Thieves Town. Also, I think I don't know if he has done all the checks here in Village. No, he hasn't, yeah. There's another... Oh my god. How does Ramond keep finding these? That's already tempered for Ramond. Which would have helped a bit on the pot boss right now. But it's fine. So we can't see it on the tracker, but I'm pretty sure Ramond also has the grappling beam. Which would enable him to go to the wreck chip in logic. There was another single arrow? Alright. So yeah, we got the speed booster. I think that's a... Oh, okay. Space jump. And the fire rod. Oh, okay. Now we're closing in on go mode, I think. At least on no mode. So yeah, the mountain looks like more of a gold mine here. Pot turning out real empty. I think Thieves Town, it's not the worst thing. Like, oh, nice red boom there. Alright. So this could end up being, depending on where the mirror is. I also need the flippers, right? Oh man. Okay. So Swarm is a problem and Ridley is a problem right now. And the rest, we at least know about the solutions of them. Yeah, Gamma is gonna have a really great time now clearing Village if he wants to. It's gonna start out with Ice Palace though. Which is also not a bad call. Actually, is it? It's a weird call. Since we do need the flippers. And, you know, it could be flipper score mode, potentially. But, you know, with the cane, you can full clear the dungeon pretty easily without losing too much time. Rather than go modding it. It's fine, I guess. And maybe still looking for a mirror in there, which would still help Gamma a lot in Village. Like doing all the smith chain and stuff, and Yeah, maybe that's a reason. Alright. I'm done with Thieves Town. Which also had nothing of note, from what I gathered. But again, doing Thieves Town, it's not a bad thing. You can't really speed it up too much. And it's a rare occurrence that you can go mode Thieves Town anyway. Yeah, and we know Ramond should be heading to the wrecked ship soon. If he decides to go to Skullwoods now, yeah, looks like it. That's gonna be a double dip then. Which is unfortunate, but understandable. That's another E-tank. Yeah, one and gone. I like this. I like this. Okay. Oh, this doesn't look like the way to the wrecked ship, though. Looks like Ramond is doing the spy cave? Did I miss a mirror? Alright. No, looks like just a spy cave single check here. Meanwhile, Gamma almost done with Ice Palace. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate the book didn't really pay off and the bow that came with it. For Ramond here. At least not so far. I mean, if the mirror is on the Aether tablet, that could still be a huge find. That's like the worst location for Gamma. Alright, let's go there. And that's another token down. Yeah, I'd expect Gamma to maybe go for the village dungeons now. Village of Outcast. Alright, taking a short trip to the Maya area also makes sense. Yeah, right, we haven't seen that one yet, right? Have we? Okay, Maya locked by bombos. Nice dash. And finding the powder in the Maya shed. Alright. I guess it's time to go to Village of Outcasts now, Gamma, is it? Right. Not checking the powder first, though. Alright. Fair enough. Oh, Gamma gonna get the temper 2 now. Meanwhile, I'm almost done with Eastern. Oh, maybe not almost done, but halfway done. Also nothing in the big chest here in Eastern. Let's see. The hammer packs is kind of awkward to route in for Gamma now. Since he's opted to start out with the southern part. Usually you decide between doing the Smith chain or doing Skullwoods. If you don't have the mirror. And I guess if you don't have the mirror, you usually decide against the Smith chain. So maybe the book is gonna still stay hidden a little while for Gammachuu. I'm on armors now. Going for a very interesting setup here. Is it the pinwheel? Nice, quick kill. That looked sick. And yeah, not a bad point in chat here. Wreck chip, like the bowling area might still have the progression. What else do we have left? I mean, we have left the Zora area. And Catfish, for that matter. Which are also awful checks. Yeah, fortunately we cannot enter either of the Pendant Mids dungeons, so Maya or TR. Yeah, the red bomb. That's a good point. The red bomb is also in logic, and something that I would have expected Ramond to just head straight for, especially after talking to the red bomb guy. Okay, that's something that's not in logic, but it's also not a bad check. So Ramond giving us the info about Golden Chorizo, as well as Screw Attack. Ooh, that was a good jump. Nicely done. Can just reset here though. Okay, nothing on GT or Screw Attack. Yeah, okay. And that was a good reset, right? So that was like the perfect spot to, like... Got some info and then reset. I think he probably would have reset either way. Depends on how much damage you take, but Golden Chorizo does a big amount of damage. I don't know the exact number, but it's gonna be tough on Power Suit. Yeah, so both players are 2-0. Have not lost so far. One of them is gonna get their first loss today. I'm having some fun with the hook shot here in the blind fight. Alright. At least didn't mess it up. And yeah, Ramond. Since he's going for the wreck chip so late, quote unquote, we might actually see the bowling area here from him. I'm also guessing he wanted to, you know, maybe wait for another movement item before coming here, since the, well, first of all, speed booster would just open up another check entirely, and then you also have the E-Tank, which is kind of awkward to route in right now. And the Sky Missiles are also always a pain to get without any real movement item. It could be a Vanilla Gravity, that would be hilarious. Yeah, but I'm not lacking on any tanks here, okay. Alright, Gamma also grabbing his book. So fully expect him to pretty much do the same dungeons that Ramond has already done. So we're gonna see probably a lot of checks we've already seen. I also like the split on the tracker, which is... We're gonna reach parity soon, I believe. Alright, let's see Ramond's Fantoon fight. So Gamma had a pretty clean 3 round. Also starting off with the slowest Ramond. Unfortunately not gonna get any Doppler hits in the first round here. Maybe that's the strat though? I'm not sure. Oh yeah, one thing Gammachuu can do extra compared to Ramond is the magic bat, of course. Alright, now some nice Doppler hits. Which do have the morph... Okay, that's morph bombs on magic bat. That is... Well, I guess in the face of having already a space jump, it's not that great. On second thought. Alright. So the first 2 rounds for Ramond didn't go as planned, but the others were fine. Still a good kill overall. And the second red crystal for Ramond. Yeah, be sure to follow both these runners. If you haven't yet. They're both very talkative. They like to explain stuff. Again, both very hardened veterans of especially A Link to the Past. Yeah, don't follow me, but do follow Fishing Boo. Expecting for us today. I wouldn't follow the commentator. I don't think he's funny. And there's the hook shot for Ramond, which again seems to lock most of the extra progression that Gamma has found, unless we do find a mirror somewhere. Okay, Ramond also skipping out on the E-Tank, which you can do the E-Tank. It should be in logic. No, it's not logic. It's not in logic. And it's just a pain to do with the equipment we have. No suits. You take a lot of damage. You move slowly through the water. It's not great. So I'm guessing either player will probably last locate that one. And by the way, we've also seen the second item in Skullwoods, which was, again, both items in the front. That seems to be a theme. I'm also getting Charge Beam here. So at least the second item didn't burn Ramond by not having the Fire Rod. Oh, another fun fact, the flippers cannot be on Green Pendant, the pedestal, or on Trinex, since the Ice Rod was flippers locked. Just thinking about the rods, and remembering that the Ice Rod was actually flippers locked. Which could still play a role here. Alright. Oh, Gamma grabbing the bow. I think overall, the Dogwood routing for Gamma has been a little more efficient, I want to say. It's been a real back and forth here, and a real fun game to watch so far. I think still 2 items missing for Swarm. And we do have a lot of tanks. We have some ammo. I don't know if either runner is gonna go for a suitless Ridley. Maybe with the gravity. Alright. And here we go. Gotta keep our eyes on Ramond now. Which runner has the lead? Yeah, that's a difficult question to answer. I think we're pretty much even for now. It really depends on these next two checks that Ramond is doing. If something's here, I think Ramond is clearly in the lead. Okay, so first item was nothing. Or just a supers pack. Let's see, what's on gravity suit? Alright, okay. Gamma dodging a big bullet here. Yeah, Gamma getting some slight advantages also by having the silvers before the bow, obviously. He was able to just clear Skullboots the first time around, getting both items also on top of that. So Ramond might, when he goes back to Skullboots, clear it from back to front, which is gonna be awful. Because the second item is also on the front. Yeah. There's really not much left though. Kinda expect Ramond to go for the red bomb now, maybe. And then clear the mountain. Actually, that's another thing that Gammachuu might do. That's a good point. He could do the red bomb into hard. And from what we know, the red bomb pretty likely to have progression at this point. Oh no, getting dead rocked is Ramond here. And yeah, he's not starting off with the red bomb. I mean, it makes sense. It's just a ton of checks here up on the mountain, and there's also another token dungeon that you can complete. Let's see. Okay, Gamma starting off on Link's house. Looks like it's gonna be red bomb. Or not. No, he's gonna skip it for now. Okay. I mean, that's fine. Fair enough. Going by the old ABCD, always be clearing dungeons. So let's see. I think, again, like both runners not too far off. Gammachuu does have quite the lead when it comes down to crystals and tokens. I mean, it depends on what Ramond is doing. But first of all, let's look at the ether tablet. That's the one thing that Gamma couldn't do on his first trip to the mountain. Ooh, that's a plasma beam. That's spicy. That doesn't really unlock anything new. But that's a nice beam upgrade for sure. So the screw attack did unlock the plasma location, if we had a gravity, that is. Since that's the only real thing that plasma beam would unlock in terms of checks. Ooh, that was a sick Herapod. And again, you can see the where the skill is for both players. It's more concentrated on the A Link to the Past side, and I love watching that. So yeah. Let's see what Gamma's gonna do after Pod. Oh yeah, good point by our tracker Fishing Boo that the hammer is still wave locked. These kind of little things are actually good to keep in mind. But sometimes I feel like following the logic too closely can also be a detriment, and you know, just going to where the green squares are on the map and just doing the checks is oftentimes better. So Ramond gonna get, what was it, half magic and fire rod, as well as base jump soon. And still no suit. That's hilarious. I think that's the kind of thing you would want to have against an opponent who's mainly playing Super Metroid. And then, you know, maybe just have one of the suits as your goal mode item, so you can just ignore the whole of Meridia and Norfair. So let's see. Where does Ramond go next? I'm gonna take a look at the PR medallion first. And alright. Has done Spike Cave too. So it's a save and quit. Or has done it earlier. And going twice. Okay. Makes sense. Still not a bad idea. Going here. Again, we need the flippers to be available for this to be in logic, and we need the flippers. They're hard required for a Swamp Palace anyway. But it's a dungeon you need to do anyway, and yeah. Why not? Let's see, what's Gamma's next move? Also not gonna find much. Probably has to be the red bomb, right? Is there even anything else left? I keep scrambling for check. I mean, there's the water checks that... I guess it's only Zora and Catfish. Those are horrible. I mean, Red Bomb plus Catfish is a small combo you can do. Alright, okay, that was a... I mean, we can see Gamma is definitely saving some time here. Having the extra sword, having the silvers in hand. There's a lot of small advantages going towards Gamma at this point. Let's see if Ramond can at least get a quick cold stare fight here. But yeah, it's a good point. I mean, we still have the sky missiles in Wreck Chip, which are logic. Especially with the space jump, they're easily reachable. And maybe Gamma decides to go back. I mean, I've seen that. Some players, they like to keep a lot of checks left in Wreck Chip and then head back there later with good mobility. And if nothing's there, you can just reset and go back to the ship. It's an option. Oh yeah, the power bombs above the ship. They're also in logic now, right? Got that. I'm not 100% sure, but I also think the supers in the climb should be in logic. With speed booster and screw attack. I'm not 100% sure about that though, with normal logic. But it's doable. At least. I guess you kind of want to stay in logic now though, since you're almost last locating anyway. Alright, and we're finally gonna see the red bomb, I hope. On Ramond's side. So this could be a little shake-up here. And I like it, because he's already been to Skullwoods, so going there right now, not the greatest incentive. I think Ramond almost needs a good item here. But again, I think Gamma really doesn't have much left. Trying to go for a red bomb dash here. Alright, let's see that red bomb. Does it live up to the hype? Does the Pyramid Fairy give us the goods? Well, no. She does not. That was depressing, yeah. That was only an E-Tang and 5 rupees. So if Catfish also does not have anything, huh? I mean, I guess Ramond still goes and clears Skullwoods first. Which that, again, that could potentially take a lot of time off the clock for him, since, at least if I were in Ramond's shoes, I would start with the Morph, and then work my way to the front. So probably last locating the second item. Almost. Oh, there's high jump boots. High jump boots on the Catfish, oh god. I guess they don't do much right now. It would have been nice to have early. And I mean, they're still nice to have with the space jump anyway. Makes movement a little faster. I think we might be close to getting even out now. I think we are almost at parity. Again, Gamma has done the water checks in Waterfall Fairy Cave. Whoa, that was a nice dupe. Okay, the red bomb going much more smoothly for Gamma. And yeah, as expected, Ramond is starting from the back now. Makes sense. Since the morph is always locked by 3 small keys, the chance for an item being on Morphula is pretty high. At least much higher than on any other check. So you want to start there since you need to do the boss anyway. Gamma now doing his favorite check. That much I know. We're only left with really, really bad checks at this point, right? I think the worst item that we can find right now is probably the gravity. We'll see though. Alright. Morphula not being quite as cooperative here from Ramond. But got it down anyway. Oh man, even gonna check the bridge. I almost would love for Ramond to save and quit after that check. Oh yeah, that's one thing that Gamma didn't do yet. Oh, he does save and quit. Man, that's my boy. Ramond making me proud. Because the way back is so slow. I love it. Alright, Gamma also checking out Golden Chorizo here. Just a quick visit. And then leaving. I'm now making sure which one of the 2 bosses I don't want to kill, I have to kill. And heading back up, that's probably Spacer and X-Ray, I suppose. Which we have already seen from Gamma. Could actually do Waterway too. Yeah, now we're seeing the ugly checks that were left behind. Okay. That's the first one. It's got nothing. Power bombs above the ship. Ramond also getting the single arrow there on Spacer. Again, great location for that. Oh, and Gamma is actually heading back for the wreck chip. Now that could be huge. I don't expect Ramond going there too soon. Like he'd have to go all the way from probably Waterway to the climb and then to the ship, above the ship and then to wreck ship. So if Gamma finds the goods here, this could be a fast lane to the progression. On the other hand, when does he go back to Waterway? Probably after this. It's also not the best drawing, but again, if nothing's here, Gamma can just reset, go back to the ship and, well, what do you know? What do you know? Man, I would feel bad in Gamma's shoes if I were against a runner who I know does that check with just power bombs. If you can do that check pretty easily. That's a warrior suit. Huge find there. Oh no, no, I'm on having to struggle with that damn gate. Nice, gets it though. I mean, Gamma's not out of the woods yet, but that warrior suit unlocks a lot of items. Like a lot of items. And since we have access to Lower Norfair via the Maya portal, there's... I think most of... if not all of Lower Norfair should be in logic. Upper Norfair obviously too. Let's see, do we go bowling, Gamma? Alright, we're going bowling. Alright, that's good for Ramond. He kinda needs that. Ah, waterway being nothing. That's a bummer. That's a bummer for Ramond. So I think Gamma, depending on what Ramond does now, still already in the lead. Just gotta hope that Ramond goes for the direct chip checks right now. Again, very likely that all the rest of the progression is behind that warrior suit. And they both would like to have that, I'm pretty sure. Just for Ridley alone. Ooh, that's not a good sign. Ramond is going in the wrong direction. Well, I can't say that for sure yet. Maybe this is the correct direction. Because, I mean, there could still be a mirror there. Or a pair of flippers. Which that would be huge. So what does Gamma do? I mean, I wouldn't hate if Gamma also does the climb supers that Ramond is doing right now. Because you spark back up and then, yeah, you're basically on your way back to A Link to the Past and just go to the mountain and then do Norfair from there. Let's see. It's either that or just go back to A Link to the Past straight away. Right. And Ramond still not heading back to the ship. Oh, this is not good. To the wreck ship, that is. Oh, this is not good. Oh, this is really bad. Looks like we're gonna see some... maybe Zora now? What else is there? What else does Ramond have? Oh, it's the powder too, right? Hasn't done that yet. And yeah, Gamma's gonna have a real easy time, I would say. Comfy movement items, has the screw attack. Like, all that you could ever want. The Easter Bunny came early and left him all the presents. Yeah, you don't even need to spark, I feel. Am I setting up the spark there for pillars? Just get it. With the little helicopter flying through. And yeah, that's a very comfy LN. Still gotta watch out for damage a bit, but screw attack should mitigate most of the damage sources here. Oh man, and Ramond doing the purple chest now, that's... oh boy, that feels bad. I can see it though. It's kind of tough to gauge what should I do right now, you know? It's like all the checks are awful. What has my opponent done? And honestly, I don't blame him. This, in my mind, and unfortunately that's also nothing on the purple chest. It's a good call. That's probably something that could take you back into the game. Alright, I think this has to be the wreck ship now, right? I don't believe there's anything else left for Ramond. I thought I jinxed it right there. Okay. Yeah, I think besides Zora, that should be Ramond's last location almost, logically. I mean, all things considered, he has done the checks in a pretty good order. Always being able to reset back to the ship. It's just unfortunate that it's here in the wrecked ship. Ramond could save a little bit of time if he chooses to not go for the sky missile check too. On to the Ridley fight here for Gamma. Oof, getting grabbed a bit. He has to be careful. I mean, that's a lot of damage. Actually, this fight shouldn't be a problem at all. We have plenty of supers. We have the screw attack, high jumps, like all the comfy items that you would want. Alright. Got back into the groove. I mean, Ridley does do quite the damage. Alright, got it done though. Getting the mushroom behind Ridley. Wow. I don't know what Ridley was doing with that one. Not sure. Gamma will take it with him. I mean, it's not too bad. We have the flute, so it's not the biggest deal if you do want to turn it in. On another note, all the bottles in SMZ3 are always empty. So I know that both runners have at least one bottle. So you could take the opportunity, filling it up, buying a potion. Man, Gamma has to be a bit careful now. Like, he should never die here. Never. Sorry, no, I missed it, Ramond. Did Ramond get the Sky Missile check too? I have missed it, I'm sorry. I was just trying to see if Gamma manages to die here. But again, he should be very safe. Can even Crystal Flash if the worst happens, but I don't see any problems here. Screw attack really makes Law and Warfare a breeze. So yeah, 2 more items for Go mode for both players here. I mean, there could still be some really bad items showing up. Like either of the pendant dungeon medallions. That would be bad. You could also still find the gravity suit, which would not be great. So there is potential of the sea trolling us. Yeah, we have seen, both players have seen Golden Chorizo. All 3 items. Yeah, they've both done it pretty early into the seed. Alright. Getting the both meringue here. But yeah, lower Norfair, pretty empty. I'm guessing upper Norfair has to have the answers now. Not much else left. Yeah, it's always a bit confusing in SMZ3 with the abbreviation GT, since it's it's commonly used for two different things. If you look at the standalone randomizers, so in Super Metroid it's the golden chorizo check, and in A Link to the Past you're referring to Ganon's Tower usually with that abbreviation. So I don't know. And yeah. The Ganon's Tower and SMZ3, at least in this preset. So when you have a 7-7-4, it cannot have any progression at all. That's required for beating either of the two main bosses. It's locked behind all 7 crystals and all 4... And there's the gravity suit! And all 4 tokens. So GT, both players will just look for the big key and then head on up to Gammachuu. Yeah, gravity, probably one of the worst items you could find here. I mean, I'm guessing it's only Meridia, right? So, but man, we can do everything in Meridia, and there are some bad checks there. All right, while Gamma's heading there, I'm gonna grab a quick drink and watch Ramond fight Ridley here. Alrighty. Yeah. Gamma heading to the one spot. We have flippers? Oh, alright. So I'm guessing that was on Main Street? Flippers in Main Street. Alrighty. Oh, that's interesting. Oh. I mean, it doesn't do much. At least for now, it brings into logic, what is it, Zora ledge? Zora was in logic before that, and at least from Gamma's perspective. Still cannot enter a Swamp Palace. We have full cleared Ice Palace. So yeah. I mean, this is probably definitely the order you want to find those last 2 items in. Is Flippers first. So I guess at this point you're happy about it. And well, that's an Ice Beam. You take that. I'm pretty sure both players do not do the speed zap skip. So definitely helps in that regard. And yeah, seeing... I mean, Gamma's ammo isn't great, so... If we do find a quick go mode now here in Meridia, the Plasma Beam definitely will help Ramond, but... Yeah. I'd be lying if I'd say Ramond still has a good chance right now. Like, he would need to find the mirror in some really bad off location at this point. Alright. Super's also helping out. That Plasma Beam alone isn't gonna make the difference. I don't think Gamma will ever see that one though. Oh yeah, Croc is actually a good point up here. I also suppose we have not seen Ice Beam? Or Crumble Tower? So maybe. Yeah, Gamma opting to go further into Meridia has done the save in the middle part there. Save scumming the pits. We'll see how he does to choose to go about this. One thing you can do is obviously just backdoor Meridia at a later point. So what you could do as Gamma here is check this and then just go back down to Norfair and do Ice Beam into Croc. Which I wouldn't hate, honestly. Yeah, okay, so pits were not the answer. And looks like Gamma's not resetting. So this is either Shack Tool or exiting Meridia. And yeah, this is definitely exiting Meridia. Since we're going to the left. I kind of like this play. But again, this opens up an avenue for Ramond to come back into the game here. But yeah, I can see. Yeah, I mean, Gamma doesn't want to do the mini boss, the water snake, with the current ammo, and yeah, his beam combo isn't great. Okay, saving here in Upper North here now. Not really the biggest fan of that save, to be honest. I guess it's fine if you... Yeah, I guess you can reset all the way down from Croc. Worst case. Yeah. But the chances of the mirror being at Croc pretty good, I'd say. Or within the next few checks, that is. From Gamma's perspective. And okay, Ramond. This might be bad for Ramond. I think what would have been better for Ramond is if he went straight from Meridia 2 and then did the awful checks as well. If the mirror is here along this path, this might be really bad for Ramond, actually. And it is. Ooh, that's a big yikes. Okay, it's really good for Gamma though. I think this almost seals the deal here. So this is go mode for Gamma. And Ramond has to decide, like, what do I do now? I have a gravity, I have a mirror. Both are kind of awful. And we have seen previously he preferred the A Link to the Past checks when being presented the choice of doing awful SM checks versus doing awful A Link to the Past checks. And I think even if Ramond heads, I mean, if he does head straight for Main Street, it's still decent. He's gonna save quite a bit of time not having to go to the back of Meridia. And this could still, honestly, this could still be within GT Big Key routing range if there would need to be a big difference though, don't get me wrong. But yeah, Ramond not too far off, actually finding the better route, funnily enough. Nice, okay, so it's not over yet. It's not over yet, but honestly, if either of those runners have a lead, it's kind of tough to take it away just execution-wise. And I mean, Ramond's gonna feel pretty good. Getting a sub 2 go mode is pretty nice, actually. Like that's a good time to get into go mode, I would say. And depending on where the big key is, this can be a really quick one. And again, Ramond is gonna have the plasma advantage. But yeah, oh, look at that. You don't want... Okay. That would be another thing, climbing without a small key. That could have evened out the race, but no. Gamma way too experienced for that. But yeah, I have seen runners climb without a small key here in this location, in this spot. And yeah, it can just cause you to having to reset the whole climb. When there's no small key available in Mini Helmer. Or pre-mold on. And Ramond also, that's just another fun part, of course, both heading straight for GT and not doing the last dungeon that you would need to do. That's another thing. I usually don't really track tokens versus blue crystals. I just don't really care, but this is... It can be important. Like, it can save you a whole mountain trip, basically. And here we can see both players definitely did track tokens and crystals. Again, logically for GT it doesn't matter, since you need to do all the dungeons anyway, besides the pendants. But it can make a difference, especially if you look for items in TR and then you notice, oh, I already have all 7 crystals. Let's just do Aga 2 right now. Nice one cycle there. I mean, never say never, you know, I've seen... Things can happen. Wait, is Ramond doing... Oh no, Ramond not in this seat! No! Oh no, the M strats. Ramond losing a little bit of extra time here. That's really not what he can afford right now. Going for the DM strat. Nice Gamma. That would have been a small key there. Why did you pick up a small key in the basement? What a waste. I'm just kidding. I will never climb without a small key. Always bring a small key when you do the climb. But it would not have been necessary in this seed, but it can end very badly. So yeah, Gamma's ammo is not great. Again, he has charge. But a pretty bad beam combo. I think his lead is still to a point where that shouldn't really matter. Nice triple there at the end. Alright. Now tempered and silver scanning. Could be, you know, just another day at the office for both players. Super easy mode. Also nice one cycle there. And then molars too. Yeah, again, that's what I expected. Both players are really good at the Link to the Past execution. I think even the routing in the end there kind of equalized. I think Ramond did have the better route when it came down to finding the last two items for Swamp. But Gamma already having the lead from before. It's what really put him in a winning spot. But it's not over yet, so you know. Like it would still take probably a fall here at least. Hey, there's the Quake. Great, now we can do a TR. Alright. Very clean cannon there. Alright, that's a G for Gammachuu. Only Mother Brain left now. But Ramond hard on his heels. Not too far off. Well, yeah, again, it's really tough. Like gaining time on either of those runners, especially in a section like the climb, which they have done probably thousands of times at this point. That's pretty unrealistic. And yeah, heading straight from having done Ganon to Swamp. Oh, that was a nasty pattern. Man, that Aga 2 pattern. Yeah, those are not nice. Alright. I'm not too far. We can look at the timer here. So 2:04:17 roundabout was the entry, or 20, depending on where you time it. Yeah, that's a few minutes. I don't know where you shave those few minutes off as Ramond in this case. I mean, you can only execute so well. And they both have, to be fair. I think what really made the difference here was the small routing differences. Now let's see the Gambit fight here for Ramond. Gamma is still opening chests. I mean, he's still looking for probably ammo at this point. Or the plasma beam, which he has skipped. Unknowingly. Alright, not gonna open that one though. That would be too much. And yeah, another G for Ramond. Yeah, and Ramond also taking the trip directly from the pyramid to Swamp. To be fair, I don't think it even saves that much time. Versus just a save and quit to Link's house. But sure. Alright, Swamp done. Gamma, that's the last token. And on to the final act. Really funny that the first medallion we found was actually in the Mini Helma room. How much time is he down? That's round about 3 minutes, maybe a little less, I think. No, wait. Was it more than 3 minutes? Oh, it's at least 3 minutes. It's probably not within the realm of possibility for Ramond to, you know, catch back up again. Like, Gamma would have to make a big oopsie here. Probably, I don't know. I don't even know how. Maybe mess up the baby skip or something. That can... I mean, starting off strong here. I think Gamma's really trying to preserve his supers as much as he can. I mean, he does have the charge beam, but of course the supers are gonna deal much more DPS here. I think if he dies on Mother Brain, Ramond is in the lead. I don't see this happening though. We'll see. Yeah, I think even a messed up baby skip. And I do know that Gamma is probably gonna go for it. I'm actually very confident he's gonna go for it. Alright, he's not gonna go for it. Anyway. But yeah, the ammo is good enough, honestly. I think he has picked up like one extra supers pack somewhere. So yeah, he's fine. Probably doesn't even need the charge beam, to be fair. So yeah, from the looks of things, Gamma is gonna go 3-0 here. I would have to look up how many weeks we have in the Swiss, actually. Look who's proving me wrong twice now. So Gamma is not going for the baby skip, but going for the speed zap skip. Okay. Sorry I mentioned anything here. Six weeks, and then the top 16 advance. Alright. Thank you. Oh, nice down back zap skip there. I usually have to turn off the screw attack. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, Ramond not too far off. Oh, he hasn't found the ice beam, that's right. I was like, why is he not using ice beam? But, alright, yeah, that's... Not having it is a good argument for not using it. And yeah, Gamma probably doesn't even have to rely on the charge beam here. Stopping at 15 supers, which is the amount you need to end the Mother Brain fight when she starts throwing catch-ups at you. Yeah. So that was plenty of ammo. Which basically made the plasma not as important. Oh, Gamma's going for a stand-up here? From the looks of things? Yeah. Yeah, he's going for a stand-up glitch. Which... I'm not so sure about this. So performing this glitch makes you being able to shoot the charge beam during this cutscene. And damage Mother Brain 3 before the phase even starts. As we can see here, normally you cannot move during this phase. But yeah, with that beam combination, the damage is not a lot. I mean, it's better than nothing. And also it just gives you something to do. You just gotta make sure to be in the air and not do a charge attack too late. Alright, okay. He's safe. Yeah, I don't think it did much. Maybe like one less shot or something too, at most. Ah, but that looks really nice. Good Mother Brain 3 here. Meanwhile, Ramond almost done with Mother Brain 1. And yeah, I didn't even factor in the missing ice beam, which is actually a big time loss for Ramond there. And now onto the escape. I don't think we're gonna see any animals saved here. We don't save the animals. Alrighty. So really close race here. Actually, a decent escape time here for Gamma so far. Ready your GGs. Gamma will eventually enter the ship, I guess. And there we go, finishing in first place. Well, Ramond enters the cutscene. Nicely done. Finishing with an official time of 2 hours, 15 minutes and 52 seconds. Really well played by both. Honestly, I don't think execution was really the biggest factor here. Just slightly smoother routing by Gammachuu really was what gave him the lead, I feel. Even though he started off from behind, I would say. Man, those power bombs. My one is gonna be done soon too. In Ramond's case, the stand-up glitch would have been a lot more useful. Honestly, I think for Gammachuu it was probably just a time loss. Because you get the extra rainbow beam. Oh, there he is! Yo, Gammachuu. GG.
Man.
Congrats on your win there.
I felt so bad about so many things, man.
I figured. What did you feel bad about?
Well, as going immediate to SM after I got Morph Ball, and then not realizing, oh,
yeah.
Damn, I don't have Morph Ball. And I remember MM2 said, I think you don't find any Morph Ball or Power Bombs in Sphere 1. There has to be guaranteed Morph Bombs and where Morph Ball would be. So I assume, okay, I hope Eastern has nothing and it's just right there. And no, everything just felt bad. I skipped Green Hill. I was thinking I'm gonna route it back after I do Billy Mays, not realizing, oh, I'm gonna be one power bomb short. I'm like, oh, this is so bad. Then I try to go back to that later, trying to gate glitch and failing miserably. I just felt so bad about so many things. I'm like, I'm gonna skip some stuff over here in Wreck Ship. And yeah, I'm glad that kind of pushed me back to get there early. Did I get Varia before Ramond?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
That was probably your biggest advantage, routing-wise.
I also felt crappy after that mirror grab. Like, man, I just cleared a good chunk of Meridia.
Yeah. That's where Ramond actually caught back up to you, because he got the mirror before and then went straight back up to Meridia. So that was a much better routing.
Oh,
in that spot.
Did he do what do you call proc?
No. He went for Ice Beam, Crumble Tower, and then headed straight back up to Meridia. So you did basically the same route after Alan, except that he went for Ice Beam and you went for Meridia.
When I came to that situation where I need a save and quit, before I went to go get that Varia, I told myself, do I do Ice Beam or do I just do what was it? GT?
Oh, dude, that would have thrown you back, I think.
Man.
Then you had all the mirror checks into the past too. That would suck.
They were gonna be dead to me. I'm like, mirror would obviously be a nice go mode, but I don't know. I just felt garbage with that early SM entry and then backtracking there and trying to gate glitch. I forgot how to gate glitch. I haven't done that in so long. I'm like, I thought I'm so confident, like I could pull this off, and no, that was just a disaster.
Yeah, we were wondering, because I wasn't sure if you had skipped the Green Hill Zone item, But that was basically the only reason for you to go back that way.
Yeah, like I kind of wanted also like that was, I was either gonna do Wreck Ship to clean up what I left behind, or go over there to Green Hill with a speed booster, because that waterway was an ugly orphan. But I just figured, no, I have so much more checks over here. I didn't even do item in the sky. Dude, doing that check just straight up sucks without movement items.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna dodge that completely. I'm happy with a hook shot. Just leave.
Yeah, no. So you skipped out on bowling. Ramond did that the first time around, but he also went to the ship way later than you did. Like way later.
Oh, yo, Ramond. Hello. GG's.
Hi.
GG.
GG's.
GG. How did you like to see Ramond?
Yeah, I mean, just because you were talking about bowling right now, I was planning to skip it all along if I found something, but
Yeah.
once I got that item from the bottom left at the top area of wrecked ship, then I just muscle memoried jumping out of the hole instead of dropping down to the right. And once I was out, I realized, no, I actually wanted to go down. And then I thought, let's just do it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Gamma had also a bit of trouble finding the exit there without morph bombs.
Yeah.
It was funny.
I didn't know which one it was.
But yeah, I mean, it was a really, really close race. So it was a bit of a back and forth. So did you, Ramond, what made you go to Eastern that early? Did you know about the Sphere 1 power bombs?
Yeah. I know about the power bombs.
How does everybody but me know about that? I feel left out. Well, good thing I know now.
I thought for sure there would be right there where Manila Morph Ball would be. So but it's just a brain fart. I usually have a power bomb by then, so I'm not even thinking about it. I only realized it after I already did the saving play. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so bad. Yeah, Ramon, I got the morph ball and went straight to SM. I forgot to go into Eastern.
Oh, yeah, wow.
And you ended up finding the screw attack, which I don't know.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice. You had that way earlier. And good thing you went back. I thought for sure you were gonna isolate Billy Mays forever, ever.
Was there anything there? I don't remember.
There was hook. Yeah, hook shot. There was grappling hook. Yeah. Not hook shot. Which locked the hook shot basically. Yeah. So yeah.
Man, that felt so bad. I was gonna do that, right? I did Billy Mays and then backtrack to do Green Hill down to going south to Croc or not Croc, Kraid. But then I was just one power bomb short. I'm like, oh, I can't go back. I have to blow up 2 power bomb walls. And I had to reclimb that tower, the super missile shaft again. That felt so bad. I hate doing that room. I'm not so good at wall jumping, so it's like, this is kind of disaster.
Yeah, screw attack also helping with that. You can just keep on wall jumping.
Yeah.
At least. So yeah, Ramond did a lot of extra checks, unfortunately, before heading back to the wrecked ship. So that was really where the race shifted towards your favor, Gamma. I think other than that, it was really a back and forth. I think Gammachuu had a slightly more efficient routing because he had the fire route before going to Skullwoods. Could do all the checks in village and stuff. And yeah, the Bowlock dungeons they had nothing at all. Because Ramond's big advantage was the early book. Because he had the mids before going the first time to the Dark World, so he could just, go and he grabbed the book very early.
Okay.
So fortunately for you, nothing was in Port or Eastern.
Yeah, I did Hype Cave early when I had the hammer and glove, and I'm like, let me see if I could get like safeties for a wreck ship, like a suit or something. I felt like I had enough health, but I'm like, maybe a little more won't, hurt. Where was Plasma? I see that you have Plasma.
There was an ether tablet.
Oh gosh, I was never going there.
Yeah, I was speculating maybe a mirror being there, because that would have been just straight up GG.
So I would have considered it, but that book, we never have. It looks like he doesn't have it too. The wave beam, we never put the hammer in logic, which is pretty crazy.
Right.
Well, it's gotta be in Meridia, right? I think it should be behind gravity, or am I missing something in the logic until then?
No, I mean I think it is, unless it's in Croc. I didn't do Croc. I was mirror go mode, so I skipped everything within the Croc area.
Could be Croc, yeah.
Yeah, but Meridia, I would think it's several more checks. My route kind of worked out to dodge. I didn't want to go kill Batoon. I just like did all the quick checks pre-boss, and then gonna go do Croc, and then I was gonna do backdoor Meridia afterwards. I try to avoid that.
I mentioned that, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was actually pretty smart routing. Ramond's route worked out way better though.
I think, yeah. I think
Yeah,
the
so
only one really.
After lower Norfair, I just did the Norfair loop. Then I knew I was not gonna do Croc because, I need to. The whole seed, I was thinking like, okay, what are realistic things I can skip just to gain some time? And I mean, bowling in Wreck Chip would have been one of those things, or, missiles in the sky without movement items, just like you said. I also just skipped that. But yeah, I knew if I ever got to Varia, then I probably would just not do Croc. But I thought, okay, Ice Beam and the auto check are pretty fast, and then the mirror ended up there, and then I go up the tube, and the first check are the flippers, which were my go mode then. So that was pretty funny.
Yeah. That was like the
Yeah.
perfect routing. It did put you back. You did miss out on the Ice Beam that way though. Because I was considering maybe with the Plasma Beam and this good routing, Gamma maybe needs to do one small mistake or last locate the GT Big Key for some reason. And this would have been a really, really close race, but yeah.
I forgot that Ice Beam did save me some time.
It did, yeah.
Did you have to refill? Oh, I guess you didn't have to. You had to complete Plasma Beam, so you have a good beam.
Plasma helped out in that regard at least.
I didn't actually even consider the Mother Brain fight when I was in go mode, because I just didn't. All the seeds I've played so far, I had all the beams. So this was like the first tournament seed where I actually was low on firepower, so to speak. So I didn't consider my ammo when going to Mother Brain, because we had charge anyway. But then when I was on my way down in Turian, I was thinking, oh no, wait, actually Plasma alone does pretty not that much damage, I thought. So somehow I started the fight with just charged Plasma, and I guess I I don't know, I thought I need way more shots with charged Plasma alone to I just did with way too many charged Plasma shots, so this was a bit too I was too careful there, but I just didn't know the values exactly again.
Yeah, I think my charge beam was just complete garbage. I don't even think it was worth doing stand up. I had the Spazer, Ice Beam, and that's it. So it's like I don't even think it does that much without wave or Plasma Beam. Yeah, I mean, where did you get Quake 2? Because I was thinking I'm probably gonna go to TR soon if I ever find that.
That's in GT, because I was still opening checks for
midnight. Oh, so that was never gonna be an option then.
No. But yeah, this Warrior suit. I mean, we can agree it's probably the worst location in the seat. But was there any possible way of getting it on the first trip to ship?
I was gonna ask you. Yeah, you can.
So I saved already in my mind, thinking I'm gonna save scum if it's trash. But then I realized, oh my gosh, I don't have speed booster or what's the other one, gravity suit or space jump. I'm dodging that completely. I was not gonna waste time trying to do, what do they call it? Sponge bass? That cursed strat? Nope. That was never a consideration for me.
So you can basically bomb jump up. You just jump up and lay a power bomb just above the water surface, and then jump up again, morph midair, and then you can do a bomb jump.
That's crazy.
That was never gonna.
You gotta practice that. I feel you don't want to learn it on the fly or try it on the fly. It's a bit finicky. but I can guarantee you that most of the Super Metroid mains, they would have done that.
Oh,
And they would have been probably
Destroying
quite a bit
us.
ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, the nasty part was just that the hookshot was there in Wreck Chip, and it locked all the movement items. So you had speed booster behind the hookshot, you had the space jump behind the hookshot. There was just no way to get it early, I feel, if you don't do the sponge bath.
Yeah.
And even the morph bombs, which make it a little easier. Yeah, that was
So
bad.
I guess the Galaxy Brain play would have been just to sequence break the ice beam checks without Varia to get the mirror at least, so you can actually do
True.
right side mountain for some mobility. I mean, you're not gonna get
That's a good call.
space jump, not
That's a
space
good
jump
call.
without hovering, but still, that would have been one way maybe to speed it up.
But then you would have to hover for the fire rod, which also would have sucked.
Yeah, that's not cool. Yeah. Plus, even if I had a movement item, I was gonna skip that check anyway in Wreck Chip. What is that? The E-tank, right?
Yes. It was also mixing them up, the E-tank and the reserve tank, yeah.
Yeah, so I was gonna skip that regardless, so...
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. It's painful, and quite literally a painful check, yeah. Alright.
Yeah, I think the only good thing I did in SM was being able to pull off the first try get that flippers. So I felt good about that. Everything else was just a disaster.
Nice.
Didn't happen.
I think your Frontoon fight was pretty good. Ramond had a few problems in the first 2 rounds, but...
Yeah, I don't know why. Do you know if, when Phantoon, if you like trigger him early in phase 1 and he starts chasing you, and then I usually ram 2 more missiles into him, but sometimes he will disappear, and I'm not sure what exactly the trigger is when he will disappear after 2 more missiles. Is it if I fire them too fast or if I'm too late?
No. So usually it's 2 before he starts moving and then 2 after he starts moving. So that's the one thing you gotta look out for. So probably one of the 2 first missiles, quote unquote, was already when he was moving.
Yeah, because I've had that happen too. Which is why actually I did only 1 missile shot in one of my phases with Phantoon. I'm like, I don't know if I hit him twice already or, yeah.
No, but I think overall, I said that the whole time, execution-wise, you were on even footing. That was pretty well played. Especially, of course, in A Link to the Past. But even in SM, I don't think it was much of a difference.
There's one room that comes to mind that is my most hated room in the game. You probably know which one I'm talking about.
Let me see. Is it... No, which one is that? I'm curious which one's that.
Take a guess, Winter.
How am I in this conversation now? It sounded like you were having...
You probably saw it. You maybe had a shambles in one of the rooms.
Definitely.
Anything that's...
So it's Alpha PBs.
Alpha PBs.
Oh yeah, you... Okay, I see what you mean, yeah. But
Because
that happens to the best of us.
It's every time. If I don't have like space jump and screw attack or something, I will almost always guarantee it get stuck at least once. And today I got stuck like 4 times. I don't.
Yeah, okay, that was really bad. I remember now. Yeah,
just sad, but somehow funny, but sad.
Where is the Alpha PBs? I'm drawing a blank.
That's in the red tower. If you come from above, there are the 3 tracks.
Okay. Yeah.
The dojo statue.
Oh, that one. I got caught by one of those enemies one time, trying to do something cheeky, and it failed him. I'm like, yeah, not good. I thought for sure we weren't gonna get Varia. With it being a pendant, I was like so close to go mode already. Of course, it comes at the end.
Yeah, I think overall this was still a pretty A Link to the Past friendly seed. Like being able to skip at least one of the worst 2 bosses in SM is kind of nice already. And it could have been just 1 suit for go mode. That's what I was also considering. Like either we didn't know for a long time which was going to be dependent. We knew that one of the 2 had to be dependent. as the viewers. I think Gammachuu checked it first.
Yeah, when I passed by there after I killed Fantoon, was it Fantoon? Yeah, when I realized, okay, it's one of these are going to be a pendant. I already knew at that point. And I want to see who it was when I passed by the tube.
And I think it shows. I mean, this is a really good time overall still. I think we can be happy with that.
Yeah, I'm happy. Like, it's up 230 and SMZ3. I'll take it.
Yeah. So yeah, you said your last encounter was quite a bit of time ago. when was that, Gamma? Do you remember your last match against Ramond?
Oh, I don't remember. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Do you remember Ramon?
Well, it could be like the league finals from season 2.
That long ago then?
Oh God,
that's been a while.
We all feel old now.
In the meantime, we were always in the same team if we did play competitively, because I'm not very present in the racing scene currently, so I don't think I really raced Gamma. I always raced alongside him in co-op modes, but like really head to head, I'm not sure actually. Might have been as far back as League Season 2, which would have been, I don't know, 4 years ago at this point.
2 years ago, yeah. So
3 decades ago.
Yeah. Back when we were wee little, children.
But that's why I thought this matchup was gonna be really interesting, because I knew you both had a history dating back a long time ago. So
Yeah,
and it was a great match to watch for me, and I hope for all the viewers too.
Yeah, very close between us. So I'm
Yeah,
happy.
Gamma. Thanks, and thanks to both of you for racing, and congrats on your 3-0. Ramond also still has really good chances of advancing to the top 16. 2-1 now.
Yeah, I'm just in it for the fun actually, so I'm not really expecting
same.
or I'm not striving for brackets or anything. Just wanted to see how I would fare, but I don't have any ambitions, so to say.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you do, I'm sure you'll take your revenge on me if we make it brackets.
We'll see about that. We'll see.
Yeah, thank you, Venter, for doing comms, and
Yeah.
SG for putting up the restream. And good luck to you, Ramon, next week, and to you, Venter, as well.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Same. Thank you to everybody who participated in viewing or hosting a restream or tracking. I think Fishing Boo was the tracker, is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
Oh, yes, Fishing
Yeah.
Boot, too, for tracking.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thanks also to him, and yeah, see you around.
Yeah, adios.
Yeah, I mean, I can just concur. Thanks again, also to Diesel Pilot for setting up. And yeah, let me just get a quick look if there's any. Oh yeah, so Holy Smoke versus Pichu should be going on for about 40 minutes now. And later today at 4 p.m. Eastern, we have Nochibato versus Lunix, also on this channel right here. We're still looking for, I think, a commentator and a tracker. But hopefully we'll find a crew. And yeah, maybe we'll see each other back then. And other than that, see you next mission. Bye-bye.